Good morning and welcome to Fearless Friday. This week is Personal Branding Week, and in the theme of fear of rejection and how you sell yourself when you have fear of rejection, self-doubt, and imposter syndrome, today I'm teaching you some things that you can start working on to help you combat that. Let's get started. So when we think of ourselves as a brand and we start building that personal brand, we also need to see that as a brand, we are sharing skills and knowledge. We are also building out our leadership skills, and we have influence when we are leaders. Think about the good and maybe some bad leaders that you follow and know about, mentors and guides you have in your life. Would you say they have influenced you your decisions, your behavior, or your actions? Similarly, as a brand, you can become a leader in the way you put yourself out there and also have influence on your ideal customer to make the decisions you need them to in order to see the results you want. So, how can you create influence as a brand? And do you have the leadership skills within you? What is an ideal customer? A book I recently read, The Leader with No Title by Robin Sharma, has a few amazing lessons that you can apply to your life in various ways while you are working on becoming the leader within. The big idea about the book is, and about being a leader is, working backwards. And I talk about this quite a lot when I talk about reverse engineering success. So, if you are like most people, you really think about the day you die. In fact, it's a topic most of us take great pains to avoid, and for good reason. Who wants to think about the end? Well, Sharma suggests those who want to do great things with their lives think about the end, but rather than a point of worry or negativity, they use it as a starting point. Think about it. If you were to jump in a car and head out on the open road with a full tank of gas, who would be responsible for where you ended up when the tank finally ran dry? The car? The road? Maybe the other drivers? The example is simple for a reason. I doubt anyone could argue that anyone other than yourself is responsible for where you end up. So how is it any different in the journey we call life? There's an old saying that most people spend more time planning their vacations than planning their lives. So I'm curious, let me know in the comments, how many of you have a life plan planned out? And let me know, for you, what does your life look like 1, 2, or 5 years from now? Because while being a leader can be challenging and difficult at times, it shows you who you truly are and what you have in you in order to move forward. When building your personal brand, these leadership skills are vital if you want to succeed and move forward towards creating activation, energy, and momentum. Leadership is about leveraging hard times and using them to your advantage. Leadership is about looking at others, being able to see where they went wrong so you can go right, but also then sharing with them how they can improve. This is where you add value and you teach. The secret to moving through hard times is to just keep moving forward. Great careers and great businesses are built by evolution. It is better to go down in fiery failure because you chased your loftiest ambitions than to spend your best hours watching television in some subdivision. Initiative and hard work is the warm-up act for a headliner called success. Small, daily improvements over time lead to stunning results. And when you have self-doubt and fear of rejection, being a strong leader within yourself can help you overcome these fears and voices in your head. So while the 4 major themes of the book are, you need no title to be a leader, turbulent times build great leaders, the deeper your relationships, the stronger your leadership, and to be a great leader, first become a great person. I want to focus on one of these today. And the main thing I want to talk about is that when you are a leader, you need to be human and you need to make the right connections. Because the deeper your relationships, the stronger your leadership and your influence. So in the book, there is a story where we meet Jackson Chan, ex-CEO of a multi-billion-dollar technology company turned gardener. Jackson's message is that the deeper your relationships, the stronger your leadership. And he has an acronym for this: human, helpfulness, understanding, mingle, amuse, and nurture. So the question is also asked, how much heart and contribution do we put into our relationships? Harry Firestone says, you get the best out of others when you give the best of yourself. So how can you be more human in your role as a leader? So looking at the H in this acronym, helpful. How do you or can you add value or can be more helpful through using your skills and expertise when sharing and teaching for others? Next, rate yourself on how well you listen to understand, and generally, how well do you understand others' needs? When you understand your ideal audience and you understand how you can make a difference, you know how you can help your ideal customer when you are building your brand. Then, being social and interacting with others drives the M in this acronym. And that is, how can you mingle or network more to drive better relationships and create the know, like, and trust factors with others? Amusement is vital when building a business, moving within the business world, and creating your brand. How can you bring fun or amusement into your lives, into the lives of others, and especially bring it into your brand and your business? Because this is a great way to connect with your audience and ideal customer. Then lastly, what can you do to nurture your relationship with others so you can truly build on them and use them for positive change? So once we realize that we can be leaders within ourselves and use that to create influence, are we absolutely clear on who we want to influence? Who is your ideal customer? Your ideal customer or target market is who you want to be selling to. This is yourself within your career, your product or service within your business, and ultimately the relationships you should be building as you are creating your personal brand. Are you 100% sure of the need that you can fulfill for them? Are you clear on how what you have to offer will benefit and help them? How are you solving their problems? Most entrepreneurs aren't clear about their ideal customer. And for this reason, they waste a lot of time and money trying to sell their product, their service, or themselves to people who are not their ideal potential customers. Your ability to clearly define and focus in on your customers who can most rapidly buy your product or service will be essential to build your business. So 2 things. How do you figure out who your ideal customer is? And how do you identify them within your network? The first question I will cover now, and the second question I will cover next week when we look at specific business strategies you can use when you're overcoming fear of rejection and ultimately selling yourself. So we will need to get quite in depth here because all your marketing and even your branding will relate to your ideal customer. The imagery you choose for content or ads, the message and the voice you use, the words and the phrases you use will all depend on who your ideal customer is. You want to be specific on what you have to offer and how it will change their lives. You want to use words, languages, phrases, imagery that they can connect with and identify with. And you want to be very clear on what is the A to B transformation or result that you are giving them. And so many people skip this step because in our heads we think, I know who I'm selling to. But do you really? So some key things you might want to look at is typically age, gender, their relationships, and do they have kids or not? Location. Do they live in a rural, urban, suburbs, metropolitan, bustling city? What is their lifestyle like? This will help you to see if there is a need they need to fulfill and if you have what they need to offer. What struggles and pain points do they face? What are their dreams, aspirations, motivations? What are their values, beliefs, the things that are important to them when they think of who or what they are aligning themselves with? The answers to these questions will help you become very clear on who your ideal customer is and how you want to tell them about what you have to offer. It will also help you to connect with them, to build the know, like, and trust factor, but it will also help you to understand exactly what their needs are and perhaps help you refine your offering. If you are looking at this from a standpoint of building your career, the company you want to work for will have similar points you need to look at, such as values, company culture, the people that work there, the type of work they do, how they treat and train their employees, what they do within the position, and within the position, how are you solving the needs with your skills and your expertise? Once you are crystal clear on this, you are able to start working out your marketing and sales strategy and build out ways to communicate with your ideal customers that will connect with them and, like I said, build that know, like, and trust factor so they are ready to buy from you. As I mentioned last week in my video, there's a marketing rule of 7 which states a customer needs to interact with a brand on average 7 times before they are ready to purchase. And next week I'll go through the marketing funnel, which shows you how the customer journey actually works and might help you understand why they don't purchase from you the first time they meet you. So, within our abilities to build and grow the leader within our side, within our abilities to build and grow the leader inside ourselves and seeing how you can influence people, you can see how you can build your brand and grow towards success. When we see the power of our abilities, we can step into our fearless lives.